Hey, and welcome back to another Magicavoxel video. This is going to be a new series where I take you guys on a journey in creating an isometric room from scratch. This cube you see here. Each episode is going to be cut up into sections so that the episodes are not only easier to render for me, but to make it easier for you guys to watch rather than the whole video being like an hour and a half long. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so starting with the basics, first thing you want to do with every Magicavoxel scene is to look up reference images and to get an idea of what you want to do. In our case, we're going to make a room. I'm going to pick a bedroom just arbitrarily, and you might be tempted to literally just type in Magicavoxel bedroom and look at images here, but I would not recommend this. Well, at least not for solely relying on images like these to build your scene, for two reasons. One is if I click on, for instance, this, in my opinion, this looks really nice. And looking at images like these over time will ruin your motivation to actually make a scene, because you see these and you think they look so good. I can't match their level of detail, and the color, the color palette looks really good, detail looks good, composition is good, lighting is good, and then you think, oh, I can't produce something like that, and you kind of get no motivation to make a scene. And also, viewing through images like these gives you the impression that you need to do well so that you can match scenes like this, when in reality you're kind of just making stuff that you want to make and have fun in the process. And making scenes look good as these comes in the fun and comes in looking at images you get from life. So with that in mind, instead of Magicavoxel bedroom, you can type in bedroom design and look through the images here that you find might look good in your scene or give you ideas to make your scene. Like this. I like big windows with a lot of light coming in. I want my scene to have lots of light because I think Magicavoxel's rendering has very good lighting tools. So I might take images like this where it has a lot of windows. For instance, this. So having one wall of my scene just be full of windows with light coming in, I think will look good. I like beds with like a backdrop where part of the wall is pushed out or extruded out. And getting scenes like this is good because it gives you just the whole layout, in my opinion. So what you want to do is just look through Google Images or whatever and find pictures that you think you can use in your scene. And I'll get back to you guys after I find a few images here. So these are the images I got or I think look good, and I'm using the PureRef software, which allows you to basically put multiple images in a window where you don't have to excuse me, you can, like, for instance, I could put that here, and if I go over to Magicavoxel, you can see I'm rotating the cube, but this window's not disappearing. So it gives me, if I wanted to like reference this and do exactly that, I could make changes here and not have the window close. So that's pretty cool. I'll be looking at these images from time to time, but to prevent clutter in my viewing space, I might either not have PureRef at all, or just to focus on one image, like that, for instance. So with those images, let's go ahead and get started building the walls and flooring for the scene. Okay, so on Magicavoxel, let's go ahead and get started by making the scene the largest voxel size possible, which is 256. I'm going to delete the cube by pressing the delete key. Go over to the third palette and let's start giving this scene some walls and basic floor. So I'm just going to use the floor face mode and attach, and just click on the planes here to create a whole face for the walls and the floor. And we're going to set up the camera as well. Because we're doing isometric, we want to set the camera to orthogonal. By default, it's set to perspective, and this could be useful for maybe going in and looking at furniture that you want to focus on. But just to save the camera angle for the final picture, we're going to go to orthogonal and find a position that you think will look good. It might help by going over to render and seeing what the final product will look like in render mode. And by pressing 7 on the keyboard, it saves that camera position. And so if you were to, let's say, after you're done, want to focus on a specific part, you can just press 8 on the keyboard and it'll bring you back to the saved camera position. Okay, so with that, let's go ahead and continue our process of making these walls. This is very paper thin, so I'm just gonna add a few more layers to it. Something like that. I think it's like 6 voxels. Maybe make it 8 voxels. So I want to go for a compact bedroom type scene, so with a lot of windows. With that in mind, I am going to actually go over to box mode and find a point right here and just drag this portion out. There's going to be a multi-level to this scene. So this is going to be like, there's going to be like stairs going up. There's going to be a lower floor here and an upper floor here with windows on these sides. Oh, and another thing is, if the editing window is too dark, like in my case, I'm using gray on a black background. Go over here, use a gearbox, change the background to a lighter color, or you can change this color you're working into a lighter color like that, just so it's easier to see. I don't really know what I'm actually doing. I'm just kind of experimenting here, seeing what works and what doesn't. Just to help me get some idea on a scene I'd like. And when you're in the beginning stages formulating how you want your scene to pan out, it's always a good idea to go between model and render mode just to see what the overall shape will look like with shaders and basically with the shaders enabled and shadows and stuff, because in this it's kind of hard to see. So yeah, I kind of want to go for like a cascadey look. I'm not entirely sure how to handle that. Maybe like it like barely cuts. Oh man, yeah, I'll do that. Try again. Stops right there like that. Way too high. You don't want it to be too high. I think it actually looks good. So I'm gonna go with that. And I'm gonna give it 5 extra voxels out this way and this way. I give it 10 voxels out this way. And we can do windows. Oh, a neat trick to do windows is to get it symmetrical. We can go to orthogonal mode and look at head on this way. And using a different color, create the shape of the window. And then using the region select the color, Control C, Control V, and then just drag it out. And then you can select the color again and keep duplicating the process. Something like that, and then just fill in the gaps here. And then we can do the same on the other side. Oh yes, this is a little bit finicky though, because you have to select, if you want to drag it out, you have to grab it on certain angles. A little bit annoying, but let's back up. And using the erase and face mode, just get rid of it like that. So we have something like this. Now I'm going to add some wall molding on the top here. Like that. Set it up by 2. And then this part right here, I want to make it higher. Maybe make a spot where a door would be. Oh, actually, I have a better idea. Whoops. Okay, so we have something like this. Actually, let me make this look a little bit cleaner. What's the best way to do this? I don't need to worry about that for now. Actually, I wanna fix this. So maybe I can just correct this. Oops. Correct that portion. Create an object. Paste it here. With our orthogonal. And create my line. Probably shouldn't have it on this side, honestly. Do it again. There we go. Cool. Bring it on over here. Crap. I believe that is enough. Yes, that is enough. Alright, cool. Liking the look already. Let's go ahead and give this some stairs. By going here and selecting a portion of the ground. And just like how we added this, we're gonna create a new object. Whoops. Make this bigger so we can actually put that object where we copied from here. And put some stairs. Actually, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to use this. Create basic looking step. I'm putting it like right here. Copying and pasting. Whoops. redo these actually. A little bit too wide. You have something like that. I think that looks good. So what I'm imagining is probably like a desk or something right here. Railings for the stairs, railings over here, railings for the volley. Maybe the bed right here, and furniture right here, and some cabinets that are integrated within the ground right here. Probably put a bookshelf or two. So I'm going to cut it here because I have to go to work, but in the video I'll cut back in and resume the basic structure of this bedroom. Alright, so that wraps up this first video on the basics of getting started, making a scene in Magicavoxel, as well as the basic structure for our bedroom scene. In the next episode, I will begin to add light coming in from the windows, start working on texturing, specifically the walls, floors, and windows, and then after that, probably start adding in furniture, rails, and finishing touches. I'll see you in the next one.